Well, my name is Luca Lo Schiavo. I'm currently Deputy Director of the Regulatory Authority for Electricity and Gas in Italy, which is a member of the Council of European Energy Regulators. The Council of European Energy Regulators was founded 7 or 8 years ago, and it has now 27 members, both from European Union and European Economic Area. It is a place where regulators can discuss, change experience, and also build common positions. It has been recognized by the European Commission that formally, in November 2003, constituted a AEEG, that is the European Regulatory Group for Electricity and Gas, that is the formal advisor of the Commission for these topics. Among the many aspects that regulators treat at European level, quality of supply has an important issue, and for that CR and AEEG have a quality of supply task force, and I belong to that task force, whose chairman is Mr. Jorge Esteves. This book was written after some years of cooperation at European level among regulators on the topic of quality of supply. It collects the knowledge that the exchange of opinion and exchange of experience at the CR level allowed to build. And this is intended to be an handbook for regulators that are now going to approach the issue of regulating quality of service. I think this is an important point. Regulators shouldn't be viewed only as cost cutters. We don't want only to have more efficiency, that means reducing costs, but also to have a better service, a better quality, that it means improving value. So our balanced work is on that. And this is the reason why regulators have to look at quality much than before. The situation in Europe is differentiated because not many regulators are fully empowered to set incentives and standards for quality of supply. But there are some regulators that are still advanced, and the most advanced are more or less UK, Italy, Hungary, and Norway. But also Sweden, Portugal, Netherlands, there are many others. So this book collects the experiences and also try to propose a methodology for regulators to set new standards and new incentives for the whole area of quality of supply that is made by commercial quality, means the request that customer ask to the utility, for instance, new connections or verification or so on. Continuity of supply, that means reliability of the service, number and duration of interruption, both long and short, and voltage quality. Because this book is oriented for beginners regulators, voltage quality is intended as an advanced topic, so the book is more devoted to the continuity of supply and commercial quality issue. But voltage quality is still the edge of the regulatory action on quality of supply, especially at the European level. I want to make an example for reliability, just to give you an idea. In Italy, the regulatory authority was constituted in the year 1997, and we assessed the reliability situation. It was very bad. We had a SAIDI, that is the indicator for duration of interruptions, more than 3 hours per year of interruptions, with some regions much worse. From year 2000, there is a new mechanism set by the regulator that gives incentives to distribution company to improve reliability, especially where it is worst. And if this mechanism is symmetric, it has both incentives if they gain improvements and penalties if they not improve enough. This mechanism was surprisingly efficient because 7 years after, in Italy, the situation has changed a lot. and we have now less than 1 year SAIDI. So we improved more than 2/3 from the starting point. Improvement is now 67% in relation to the starting point in duration and 45% in number, frequency of interruptions. This means that regulators can do a lot for improving quality. These mechanisms are now set in many other countries, UK, Hungary, all the same that I quoted before, for interruptions. And they are financed through the tariff, generally, for instance, in Italy, through a levy from all customers. And before putting a levy in the tariff, we want to be sure that customers are willing to pay for that. The levy is very, very little. For instance, in Italy, it amounts to €3 per customer per year. So really little, but all the customers pay that, and this is a big amount of money that is devoted to financial incentive if improvements are certified. And this means, for instance, that data measurement is a very important point. We make many audits in the distribution company centers to be sure that the data on quality are fully recorded. This idea that is now enforced, implemented for interruption, could be in the future even led to voltage quality issues. And we tried to improve, to promote the culture of measurement among customers. In year 2005 in Italy, we launched a program partially funded by the General Interest Research in the electrical system, and industrial customers were given the opportunity to buy a power quality recorder analyzer for a special price and to be connected to a central system for monitoring and analyzing data. The system is completely public, and you can query interactively it on the internet. And it also and it has two measurement levels for customer and for networks, so we can compare data. And this is a leading experience in Europe, I think, because it's the only one case where the system is completely open. Data are fully public. Indeed, we encountered problems because only few customers adhered to this opportunity. And because, as Leonardo initiative tell us, the problem of the culture is the problem number one in power quality issues. So a long way is to be done yet. My feeling about the reason why they didn't participate. There are many. Probably in Italy, in Latin countries, there is the idea that a good quality is a right. Indeed, it is not. And a minimum level of quality could be a right, but many customers do have higher needs than the minimum levels, and they think that all must be done through the normal tariff. Indeed, this is not possible. So for instance, if they want to know their quality level, they have to invest at least in measurement systems, at least. And there is an interesting experience in France about power quality contracts that explains that only customers with special needs can have special contracts. Otherwise, there is the risk to gold plate the network without meaningful for other customers. Liberalization means that customers can choose their supplier, but the network is still in monopoly, so they cannot choose their distributor. Quality has aspects of both technical side and commercial side. Supplier can intervene in the commercial side of the quality, but not so much in the technical side. This is why regulating quality is much, much more important, because networks remain regulated monopolies. And there is an important news from the European Commission, because in the third package there is a proposal to reinforce national regulatory authority powers, especially for quality of supply. So I think that, but all this must be seen as a process, gradual process, and the best experience in Europe learn that good results can be obtained in a consensual way, because this is a win-win process. Distributor can have much money, as Italian case learn, and customer can have much quality, as many case learn. We have to find this point, and we can do that only if all the parties involved cooperate.